Let's go check it out. Bye now. I will. It's a great day.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's a Good Day When. I'm your host, LaVon Upton, and today it's a good day when you have a local theater right in your own community. Our guests today are from the Clarkston Village Players, and we have the president, Jennifer Gentry Salsky, and our publicity chairman, Sarah Sanger, with us today. Hi there.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I don't know if you know the playwright Eugene Ionesco, and he says about the theater, it is simply what cannot be expressed by any other means, a complexity of words, movements, and gestures that convey a vision of the world unexpressible in any other way. Do you agree with that?
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
So tell us, what was the vision and goal of the founders of the Clarkston Village Players?
They had a dedication to bring exceptional quality live theater to the community.
A lot of people don't know we have a theater here.
I know, we've done the farmers market the last couple of years, and we've been shocked by the number of people who don't even know about us.
I know, they always stop by. They're like, well, I've driven by that little building, for years, and I've never stopped. I've never gone to a play. And so we really need to get the community excited about coming to see a show because we do some really great shows.
Yes.
Well, what's going on right now?
Well, our new season starts next week. We have a 6-show season, and we have one that's in September, one in October, one in November. Then we have a little break for the holidays, and then we start in January, March, and May. And we also have other events that we do throughout the year. There's 2 puppet shows, and then we do a special production to end the season out.
So you have 6 plays during the season? Is that
5 to
good?
6
5 to
normally.
6.
Yes,
Well, the season starts, you say, the September 4th? Is that?
Yes, that's our
Is that
first
correct?
show, yes. It runs through the 7th, or
2 weeks,
2
2
weeks.
weekends. 2 full
Okay.
weeks, yeah.
Oh,
13.
okay.
Yeah.
13.
And then you already kind of told us what we can expect this season.
Yeah, so we have, we got a dramedy. Fool for Love is a full dramedy. Dead Certain is a mystery. Then we have like a dramedy, so drama comedy, and then we have a few comedies, which our audiences always love. They're big on the mysteries and big on the comedies.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard the term dramedy.
Yeah, it's
a comedic drama.
yes, it's drama, but it's interspersed with some comedic relief. So it's not so heavy.
I see.
So it's kind of been the buzzword in the entertainment field for the past 10 years or so.
We've got a committee that works really hard every year to choose our scripts. And so they try to pick a variety of shows that will attract different members of the community. So, something light and entertaining, but then we also have some really good meaty works that the actors are attracted to, like Fool for Love, which is coming up in November.
It's a Sam Shepard play.
A Sam Shepard play. A Few Good Men, which so I'm sure people have seen the movie with Jack Nicholson. And so we try to pick something that appeals to a lot of people.
Do you have other events other than the productions?
Well, we have the 2 puppet shows that's put on by one of our members, Once Upon a Puppet, and she does one in October, usually a Halloween, or December, depending on the year, and then she does one in the spring, and this year she's doing a new one called Princess and the Pea. And then at the end of the year, we have some sponsors and advertisers that help us out by doing some donations, and we put on a special production at the end of the year, and we have a special show just for them on a Thursday. And they're invited in, and we have a big spread of food, and we all go and we talk to them. And then it's open for the public for that Friday and Saturday.
Now, who is this for? That you do this
we do it
thing?
for our advertisers and for our sponsors, so people who donate money to us through the year, which helps alleviate some of our costs.
Yeah, and that's a special production. So sometimes it's a member-written play. So this last season we did One Cat Away from 62, which is written by one of our members, Ricky Schwartz, and she actually was one of the actors in it as well. And it's gone on to win numerous awards. She's a wonderful playwright.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some good talent to have here locally.
Yes. Yes.
Is the staff all volunteers?
It is.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
Everybody that's with the Clarkson Village Players is volunteers?
all volunteers.
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you expect from them? What's required?
Well, we have a membership fee that everybody pays to be part of the group. And we have things that we do, like we always need people to help build sets and paint sets and sew costumes or costume people or help with makeup and hair. And then we have other stuff that we do, like, we have a work day once or twice a year where we come and we spruce up the inside or the outside of the theater.
Do gardening, landscaping, clean the carpets. We've got, guys who are really handy who can help with plumbing and construction. We have partners in the community who help us out with putting asphalt down and helping us with our grounds. And we need all types of volunteers from all walks of life.
Yeah, backstage and on stage.
Do they play double duty and do the acting also?
Some,
Most of them, yes.
Sounds like there's a lot to be done.
Oh,
so,
yeah. It's a community, so as I say about the community, is everybody has to pitch in.
Yeah.
So we all do.
Well, what type of people are you looking for to be part of the group?
People who like to have fun. we obviously we do plays and we like to have fun. We also put on 2 to 3 parties each year for our members, and it's in different locations. Like I've had it at my house a few times where we've done a luau out on the deck and had the lays, and we do holiday parties. We've had Halloween parties, and so though we talked about work that has to be done, there is a lot of fun that goes into this.
Yeah, there's people within our organization that come from all walks of life. Most of us have our day jobs. There's accountants, there's lawyers, there's software engineers, homemakers, retirees, retired school teachers, drama teachers, all walks of life. So we're looking for anyone who wants to add value to their community, come out and do something. If they don't get to be creative at home or at work, you can come be creative in the theater. You can come, if you don't want to be on stage, you can paint a set or make a poster or try to run the lights.
Do concessions and
special
tickets.
effects, tickets, yeah.
Are the productions any good?
We think so.
Yes.
No, we've had accolades, really good reviews from our productions. Our actors, some of them have gone on to be professional actors. One of our members right now is at the Purple Rose Theater in Chelsea, which is an equity theater. So we're very proud of our productions. Yeah.
Well, what does the active membership entitle your members to?
Well, as part of membership, we do ask that you help out, whether it's the workday or doing concessions. That's we're a volunteer organization, so we always need help. Some of the other things that we do, and we talked about the parties and how fun they are. Yeah. Other than that, it's come spend some time with us. We do have a members night for every production. So it's kind of our soft opening. It's our last official dress rehearsal, but it's done for all of our members. So we all get to come and we all get to watch the production. And so it gives the actors an opportunity to do it in front of an audience before we actually open.
Tell us some of the history of the Clarkson Village Players.
Oh, it's very exciting. It was an old train depot, and the original train depot burned down, and they built a new one, and it was shaped like a witch's hat. And we have a very great picture in our lobby with the old witch's hat. And unfortunately, that burned down as well. So they rebuilt. And I think the train line stopped, the depot stopped in the late 50s. And in 1961, the Clarkson Village Players were incorporated. And in 1962, they bought the depot, and their first production went up in 1964 inside the Depot Theater.
And I understand you bought it for $150.
$150, yes.
What a deal.
Yes.
And that you used to meet, put on productions in the high school?
Yeah, Clarkston High School.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And originally when we got it, there was no indoor plumbing, so they had porta-johns outside. So there's been some expansion since then. We got running water and toilets put in there, and a few years ago we got a toilet back in our green room, which is great for the actors. So.
How many people did it accommodate, I wonder, when it first opened in the depot?
The original seating, they had folding chairs, so they would put them up and down. And then we eventually went to tiered seating, and we had 84 seats. And then we reconfigured them 2-3 years ago and got a little bit wider seats, a little more comfortable, cut down on our number of seats. So I think there's 64.
64.
Now, but they're more comfortable seats, and they're easier, and the leg configuration shifted a little bit because some rows are really tight. Now it's pretty even.
What's great about the Depot Theater, though, is it's very intimate. It's a very intimate setting, so you're very close to the stage. We don't use any microphones or anything because you can hear the acoustics in the theater are very good, and you become part of the production when you're that close to the actors.
Is it self-sustaining from ticket sales, or do you depend on community donations?
We use most of the community donations from advertisers or from our sponsors and patrons to do like the programs that go out and for building maintenance. And I think the rest of the time we have to pay for rights for plays. We have the heating and cooling, which in an older building that can be very costly. So we are self-sustaining. We've had a profit the past few years. We're not for profit, but it rolls right into next year's productions.
Yeah, but I mean it's an old building too, so we're looking at having to make building improvements on an annual basis, and then we're also working hopefully to have a new facility within the next 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Is that right? I read something about you showcase a particular type of performance. Can you tell me about that?
The benefit performances?
Yes.
Yeah. So the benefit performances are, we allow people to pay for a show. They pay us a flat rate, and they can use it as fundraisers for their shows, for their group. And like the Lionesses are some, the Optimist Club are some, so they'll pay us the flat rate. They sell the tickets. They bring in their own food. They bring in their own, a lot of alcohol in some people's cases, with their drink, and then they charge a ticket price so that they can use that for profit, and then they come in and enjoy the whole night.
So you use some of the regular plays that you're putting on throughout the year. You perform for
Right.
them
It's usually a
specially.
Thursday night performance. We don't usually have Thursday night performances, so yeah.
So you've already told me a little bit about community involvement. Can you tell me any more about how the community is involved in the Playhouse?
Well, I mean, in addition to bringing members of the community together within the theater, we're also active with the Clarkston Farmers Market. It's been such a great experience to go out, and I'm usually there on a Saturday morning, and I hardly ever see the same people more than once, and so it's great to get to talk to the members of the community one-on-one and to remind them that, hey, we're there, White Lake Road. And then we also have youth theater.
Every year we do a production in the summer for the youth in the community. We also do the expo every year, which is held at the Clarkston High School.
What is that?
It's an expo, so everybody can come and talk about their wares, what they sell, what they building, insurance, etc. And we come just to get our name out. We pass out pens, and we do a drawing for free
So you
tickets.
have a booth there.
We have a booth, yes.
What about costumes? Do you look for donated costumes? That would be kind of fun, it seems, to gather.
Well, we don't need current day wear, because obviously we can all wear our stuff. We like to get stuff that are older, so when we do a period piece, we don't have to spend a lot of money either finding them or sewing them ourselves. We are doing a few Good Men, as Sarah mentioned, this year, so we do need a lot of military uniforms for Marines and Army. So if anyone has some extra lying around or they're interested in being in it, come on down.
Yeah, and like last year, we had a woman that donated a bunch of hats to the theater. And
Old, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful
veiled.
hats. And you never know when you're going to use it. I mean, I think as in the theater, we tend to be pack rats. And you never know when you're going to need something, and so you have it on hand. And I mean, our costume room is
Exploding.
It's overflowing. But then when you need a specific piece, you want to have it on hand. So yes, we can always use donations of costumes, and we can always use donations from our patrons as well, because we are a nonprofit group.
Do you have a youth program? You call it the Community Enrichment Program, is that right?
Yeah, so in the summer they used to joke that like every kid in Clarkston would be up on stage, but that's not technically true. There's usually like between 40, 50 kids from Clarkston area on stage, and they do a different production every year. They usually do auditions end of May, beginning of June, and the show goes up end of July, beginning of August. This year we did Alice at Wonderland. So it was based on Alice in Wonderland play, and but they brought it into the modern world with cell phones.
And it was really cute. The kids do a great job. Donna Ellis is our director, and she just takes those kids under her wing, and they sing and they dance, and if they've never had experience in the theater before, it's a great learning experience, I mean, from the ground up.
Yeah.
Where do they come from? Where do the kids come from?
Mostly the Clarkston and Waterford area. Especially kids that act, they have summers off, there's nothing to do, so that's something
they know about it.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, great, and they come down, and we've had some great talent that started in youth theater and have come to the adult theater after.
I see.
Right.
So they come back
Yeah.
sometimes each year.
We hope. Well, and then the parents are also expected to be involved with the youth theater. So the parents paint do the sets, and they help backstage with the costumes and the makeup. And so it's really getting everyone involved in the process. It's great.
Yeah.
What productions are coming up?
Well, our season starts next week. We open
September 4th.
Yeah, it's a mystery called Dead Certain. It's a two-person show, and it's about a woman who invites a man to her house and to go over the script, and he quickly realizes that it's kind of mirroring his life. So it takes you through the process of how this happens and why. And then the second show that we're doing has already been cast, and it's called Mrs. Mannerly, and I'm actually directing it. It's my first directorial debut, and it is another two-person show, and it is about a woman who is a manners teacher back in 1967 in Steubenville, Ohio, and she has a class of students, and we have one male playing all of the students, so he does all these different voices, and it's a very funny show. I sit in rehearsals and I just laugh.
If you remember that one teacher that you had in elementary school that gave you a hard time, I think we all can relate to that.
Yeah.
And then our third show of the season starts in November 7th, I believe, is the opening night. Is called Fool for Love. And this year, the script committee tried to get a little bit edgier. They tried to do not like run-of-the-mill type shows. So this is going to be kind of challenging for us. It's called Fool for Love, and it's a drama. It's a very adult drama. I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's going to be really, really good, really good. But it kind of pushes the envelope a little bit. But it's great for actors that want to, get involved in a really meaty drama to act in, and it should be a good show to see.
Well, will there be auditions for that?
Actually, yes. Auditions are coming up September 7th and 8th. So the 7th and 8th, and it's at 7 p.m.
At the theater.
At the theater, at the Depot Theater on White Lake Road.
Okay, and how else we'll put something on the screen, but how else are people going to know about it?
Oh, you can contact on the website, so www.clarkstonvillageplayers.org. You can call our general line at 248-625-8811 or our ticket line at 248-425-5842. And we also have a Facebook page which we update with auditions and show dates.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have that information on the screen. But how long does your season last?
We start in September, meaning the shows open in September. Obviously, we start rehearsing auditioning and rehearsing 2 months before
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And we end our last show, special production, is either the end of May or beginning of June. So we
You're busy
we go
year round.
pretty much, yeah.
Basically,
Yep.
once your season ends, you start rehearsing for the
start-
fall.
You get like a
Working
month
for-
off and then right back into it.
And in the summertime too, we take advantage of the downtime to do some extra maintenance on the theater, and you know.
Yeah, it's, as an old theater, so we have old siding, and we live in Michigan with the Michigan weather and the wood siding, so it's been a battle since I've been president to try and patch things up and secure it. And I started working with a fundraiser this year to hopefully raise some funds to re-side the building. This is my hope, to make it secure and warm or cool, depending on the season, for our patrons.
Are you two actors?
We are.
Yes, we are.
Yes. I actually moved out here. I got married in July of 2005. I moved out here then, and I went to audition for a show the next month, and I actually got the lead. And they sucked me right in, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah.
So I've been doing usually one or two shows a year since then. And Sarah and I actually used to work together. And she contacted me and asked me, "Hey, you got anything going on?" And her husband
He wanted to audition, yeah, because we did the same thing that everyone else does. We drove by the theater. I don't know how many times. Every time we drove by, we said, "Oh, we should look into that." So he finally said, "You know what? I'm going to do it." And so yeah, I contacted Jen, and Steve auditioned, and he got cast in the show, and he had so much fun. And then I started helping out, and then I auditioned for the next show, and it's been great.
Well, you're smiling, so you can tell you
It
enjoy
is a lot
it.
of fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's work. I mean, you have to memorize lines and go to rehearsals, but
yeah.
there's nothing like it being up on stage and acting.
For some of us.
For some, yeah.
Well, we have folks that did it when they were in high school and college, and then hadn't had a chance to do it, like me, for 20 years, and came back to it. And then we've got folks that have had on their bucket list of things to do, and well, I want to check that one off, and then just some that want to just try it, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
So,
Do you do musicals?
As a small theater, we can't do the big musicals, but we can do smaller musicals. I was in Company a few years ago, Sondheim, and then the last one we did was Tomfoolery, I think 3 seasons ago.
So you sing too.
Yeah.
We'll have some contact information up on the screen for tickets. And for those interested in seeing Dead Certain, which is playing right now, right? Starting September 4th. And I want to thank you both for coming in, and have a great season, and go out and break a leg.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much for
Thanks for
having
having us.
As always, if you'd like to be featured on It's a Good Day When, please contact me at my email below. And go out and make it a good day.